Hey everybody, Erica Serwin here, and I have your second set of make and takes. All of my make and takes feature the Rainbow of Happiness stamp set, along with the absolutely adorable Rainbow and Sunshine Designer Series paper in the Celebration catalog. This paper is probably one of my top 3 favorite all-time paper that Stampin' Up! Has had. It is awesome. And I really am going to tell my customers it's very important that they get it during celebration. If they want this bundle, they have to have this paper. I mean, it just coordinates so well. So it's going to be a big seller, I think, for me, especially in those first 2 months. I'm really going to push it in all of my classes and events in those first couple months because I don't want my customers to miss out on that paper. As you know, it'll be gone at the end of February. All right, let's make our cards. I'm going to try to go in the order of the PDF. Let's see if I can remember. We'll start with this one. The first thing we're going to do is build that rainbow. This rainbow, I think, is pretty easy to stamp. It has 4 arches, and they're not perfect. You know, they're not perfectly with smooth edges on them. And I think that's good because then our customers don't feel like they have to be perfect with their stamping. If you're worried about your alignment or, you know, worried about stamping them straight, use your Stamparatus. That's a great upsell with this stamp set. But I think it's relatively easy since they're photopolymer to stamp them freehand. So I'm going to start with Magenta Madness. Make sure you look on the back of the Designer Series paper pack. It will tell you what the colors are that are included in the paper. That way you can use the right inks. I'm going to bring over some scratch paper. All right, for the next color, we're going to use Mango Melody, and we want to stamp off first so that it's light. Okay, and then take the words and stamp them right over in full strength. All right, there we go. Now next I have Bermuda Bay. We'll stamp those. And then we've got Pool Party. All right, now there is no die for this rainbow, so we will have to fussy cut, but I really do think it's quite easy to fussy cut. Just cut along that bottom and follow the arch above. Stay on the outside of that line using your scissors to create kind of a white border around it so that your eye will only see that border. To get on the inside, you really do need your smaller scissors. Turn with your opposite hand, not necessarily the hand that you're cutting with. All right, let's put it together. I have already cut out all my pieces. You'll need to cut down your Designer Series paper. And we're gonna mat this piece on a basic white mat. And then I've got a strip of the Bermuda Bay print. And we'll put that right there, and then we'll bring it over here and put it on with some dimensionals. You guys know I love my dimensionals. Let me straighten my card base. Looks like it's crooked. Okay, so put that down right there. Now I have a vellum circle. This is going to kind of stand between our rainbow and the back paper to kind of separate it and give it a soft kind of border between the two. Putting that on with dimensionals. And then the rainbow we'll put on with dimensionals. Those dimensionals underneath the vellum will be hidden by our rainbow. Now I have cut a border using my basic border dies. There's a cloud border in there, which is perfect. You might need to cut it down a little bit. Let's see. I think that's probably pretty good. And I'm going to put it down here. You want to put it low enough so that you don't cover up the words, which is a little bit tricky depending on where your humps in your cloud are. And then last, I have a heart that I have cut out with the the Give It a Whirl dies. I'm going to put two dimensionals so it pops up a little bit higher than the rainbow, like that. And now for our embellishments, these ovals. Let's see, where is my take your pick tool? Right here. I'm just going to put one right there. And then I'm going to tie a little linen bow, if I can untangle my twine. Oh, don't you hate it when that happens? All right. Snip, snip. Get some glue dot, and put it right there. All right, and there's your first card. I just love it. So fun. All right, next, let's make, this card. I will say this one is probably my favorite. Now, I might say that several times, but I really do think that this one is my favorite. I like this color combo, and I also like the way that we do this rainbow. We're going to let me show you. Let's see. We need this large die right here, and you're going to cut it out from one of your whisper white. One of your basic white. Do you guys still make that mistake? One of your basic white pieces. Then you're going to cut it out from these other colors. You're going to get the smallest one from Misty, Moonlight, then Granny Apple, Mango, and Magenta Madness. So let me cut this and we'll put it all together. All right, once you've cut that out, you have another piece of basic white that is the same size. And we're going to put dimensionals everywhere we can on this piece. You're going to need some small dimensionals as well to put down in these thinner areas. Okay. This would make a great shaker. I think the catalog has a shaker like this, but we're just gonna do it without making it a shaker. All right, put that down. Whoops. Put that down right there on that white piece. Now let's stamp these, okay? There are little texture stamps in this set. We've got hearts, dots, raindrops, and lines. And let's see, let me grab all my inks. We're gonna do Magenta Madness, we'll do the hearts. All right, so stamp the hearts all over. Give it some texture, some interest. This is Magenta Madness ink on Magenta Madness cardstock. Fill in those spaces right there, one more. Okay. Then we're going to do Mango Melody, and we'll do the dots for Mango Melody all the way down. Now, another thing that you could do is cut out these arches from the Designer Series paper. There are some monochromatic patterns in the pack that you could use to do this same kind of thing. You could really show off that paper that way if you wanted. But I really want to show them why they need not just the paper, but the stamp set as well. All right, and last we'll do raindrops. That was Granny Apple Green. We'll do raindrops in the Misty Moonlight ink on Misty Moonlight cardstock. All right, now get your white piece. Make sure I don't have any ink on my hands. And I'm going to put some Tombow in each little section. Okay. And then I'm going to set these down in there. Like that. Each one, you want to move it around and then make sure that you get that part to pop back on top of it. Okay, Granny Apple is next. Now, also, again, like I mentioned before, there are a lot of colors in this paper. There is a lighter color scheme that uses Flirty Flamingo, so saffron, pool party. So you could do softer colors. I chose these colors based on this pattern paper. Now I'm going to put this on my card base. And I'm going to kind of angle it a little bit like that. Now, another great upsell opportunity you have here with this paper is the cloud punch. And it punches out the clouds from the designer series paper. There are several cloud dies featured in the set, or featured in our catalog. You can use the Give It a Whirl dies. They have clouds. You could use the basic border dies. It has a cloud border, which is really good. Lots of opportunities to upsell. I think the Hippo and Friends is a great upsell as well. All right, the last thing we are going to do is stamp that tiny little thank you on one of the clouds. The die set does have little tiny clouds in it. Also, we've got a lot of cloud options in our catalog. I'm going to put that right there. And then we're going to add a bow. So grab your gingham ribbon and tie your bow. And we'll put that right up there with a mini glue dot. And there you go. So cute. All right, now let's see. Our next card, we'll do this one right here. This one features two different prints of the paper. We're going to use this print and this print. I have also cut out a white border right here. And we're going to line that border up so that it fits within those little sections. Okay, so I'm gonna adhere that onto this piece of basic white first. Okay, let's see. I think mine's a little bit longer than it needs to be. There we go. Let's snip that off. There we go. And then we'll put this border, the rainbow border. And we're going to see if we can get that to fit in each one of those little sections like that. And then we'll cut that off. Okay, now this patterned paper goes right across there. Now I'm going to get my ribbon and I'm going to run some adhesive right along the edge. And I'm going to put my ribbon right, whoops, let me go back down so I don't waste a lot of ribbon. Right like that. Okay. Then I'm just going to use some Scotch tape. Fold that over like that. And like that. Okay, now let's put that on our card base with some dimensionals. Looks like I may need to trim the bottom of mine so that we'll have it straight and even on the bottom. Okay, put that right there. Okay, now I have cut out the rainbow tag from Magenta Madness. I've cut a sun from the Tasteful Tags, dies the smallest circle, and I have two clouds. First thing I'm going to do over here is get my I'm going to add some rainbows. Some hearts. I didn't do it there, but I think I'm going to do it on this one. Add a few hearts like that, so they'll peek out. Then we will get our sentiment, and we're going to stamp it on a skinny, on a skinny strip of basic white. And then you want to cut a V in the end. I like to use my tailored tag punch for that. Like that. And put that down the center. Actually, let's put this first. We need this one first. The sun goes first, right there. And then the long strip right there. And then we can add our little clouds. We'll do one right here. And I think I did tuck that in a little bit like that. And then one over here. What a cute little tag this is. All right, now let's get our card base. Close our ink so we don't have any ink disasters. And put that on with some dimensionals. And get our ribbon and add a bow. So it looks like it's tied on there, but it's not. Okay, glue dot, and there we go. All right, card number 3. Last but not least, we've got card number 4, and this one really features the rainbows in this paper. I have hand cut 2 of the rainbows from the Designer Series paper. I'm going to take the die, the small rainbow die will cut those out, but that's not what I'm wanting to do. I'm wanting to add some patterned paper from here onto these. So I'm going to cut it out twice from the green pattern and twice from the Bermuda pattern. All right, once you have your arches cut, we're going to put the green ones right here and the Bermuda Bay ones right there. So just get a little bit of glue, go around, and you take your pick tool, will help you with this. Set those down like that, okay? And then we will get the Granny Apple stripe, put that there, put that there. And the last thing we're gonna do is get some Wink of Stella. And I'm gonna wink up this mango melody arch in the rainbow. All right. Okay, now let's put this pattern onto a basic white mat. I have cut out, I have cut out 2 sides of a strip of basic white for the clouds. I'm going to hide my rainbows. They're going to be peeking out. Looks like my cloud strip isn't quite long enough, but that's all right. We'll go with it for the video. We'll put one right there, and we will put one right there. I'm going to stamp my sentiment in. Oh, no, we don't want Bermuda Bay. This is Misty Moonlight. I guess Bermuda Bay would have been fine. Let me clean that off. You make me happy right there. We'll add a few of our ovals. And you know what? I forgot to put the ovals on the last card too. We'll need to add some there. So add a few. Whoops. Like that. And then get your dimensionals. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 5 for good measure. Put that on right there. Take your twine, tie your twine around, and finish with a bow right there. All right, and there you have it. Now let's come back real quick and add those. I forgot to add them to this card. These little opal rounds, whatever they're called, they're so awesome. And they can add a little bit of sparkle to all of your projects. If I can get them on. There we go. And one more. Okay, and there you have it. I think these are great card class cards. I think it showcases not only the designer series paper that they get for free, but that awesome bundle and the cloud punch. I think by the end of your class, your customers will be ready to order all of it. All right, you guys, make sure you look at the PDF for the exact measurements of your paper and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.